Homelander vs Superman. Who will win? The boys are coming to the DCEU, but it seems that they're not here to be sidekicks, they're here to take over. And when we say that, we mean that they're looking to dethrone Superman as the new face of DC Comics. After all, Homelander is pretty much a twisted version of Superman in the boys' universe. So if these two were to fight, who would come out on top? Let's dive into this ultimate showdown. Welcome back, Nerd Squad. I'm your host, and you can find me on social media. We've said it once and we'll say it again, Homelander rules. With the news that the boys are officially coming to the DCEU and set to make their debut in Superman and Lois. Fans are super excited to see what kind of stories the network has planned for Billy Butcher and his crew of dysfunctional Supes haters. But while there's definitely plenty to be excited about with Jensen Ackles taking on the role of Soldier Boy, we have to wonder just how different this iteration of the team will be from the one that we know and love from Garth Ennis's comics. After all, the show itself is being produced by DC themselves, and the characters have become beloved by audiences everywhere thanks to the phenomenal work done by the cast and crew of the Amazon Prime series. And while some might think that they'll go easy on the source material for the sake of appealing to more people, it doesn't seem like that's going to be the case at all, especially considering the casting of Helen Mirren as the villainous and terrifying Queen Maeve. That means that no matter how different this version of the team ends up being from the comic book version, there will still be plenty of darkness to go around. But regardless of how brutal this version of the boys may be, it looks like they won't be coming alone, as Superman is also getting a live-action animated series of his own on the network. And since it's already been confirmed that the Man of Steel will appear in an episode of the show, that means we could actually get a crossover event between these two teams in the future. And while we wait to see if that happens, let's talk about why we want to see this happen and who would win in a fight. One of the best parts about the series adaptation of The Boys is that it takes the satire and commentary from the comics and translates it seamlessly onto the screen. In fact, many would argue that it's the most faithful adaptation of any comic to date, because it does not shy away from the graphic violence or mature themes that made the source material so great. Instead, it embraces them wholeheartedly and uses them to deliver a sharp and biting critique of American society, celebrity culture, and the superhero genre itself. This is most evident in the character of Homelander, who is basically a twisted version of Superman. He's a powerful alien who was sent to Earth as a baby to save humanity, but he was adopted by humans and raised with all of the powers and privileges that come with being a superhero. But unlike Superman, Homelander has embraced his evil ways and uses his power to do whatever he wants without any regard for the consequences. He's selfish, narcissistic, and power-hungry, and he's willing to do whatever it takes to maintain his position as the most powerful superhero in the world. In many ways, Homelander is the perfect villain for Superman to face off against because he's everything that Superman isn't. He's dark and brooding where Superman is bright and hopeful. He's selfish and power-hungry where Superman is selfless and compassionate. He's everything that Superman could be if he had been raised in a different way. In other words, Homelander is the dark reflection of Superman, which makes him the perfect foil for the Man of Steel. So now let's get into the nitty-gritty. Who would win in a fight? Well, there's no doubt that both Superman and Homelander are incredibly powerful superheroes with a lot of experience fighting crime and saving the day. Superman is known for his incredible strength, speed, and durability, as well as his ability to fly and shoot lasers from his eyes. Meanwhile, Homelander has similar abilities, but he's also got a few tricks up his sleeve that make him a formidable opponent. For example, he's able to heat vision targets and explode their cells from a distance. He also possesses superhuman strength, speed, and durability, and has a healing factor that allows him to regenerate from almost any injury. He can fly and has super hearing. Plus, he's got a secret weapon up his sleeve that could give him the edge in a fight: Compound V. Compound V is a substance that gives people superpowers, and it's what made Homelander the superhero that he is today. If he were to use it against Superman, it could give him the boost he needs to defeat his Kryptonian opponent. Of course, Superman has faced off against incredibly powerful villains before, and always comes out on top. His unwavering determination and refusal to give up make him a force to be reckoned with. It'd be really cool to see how he would handle a villain as powerful as Homelander. And honestly, we're just hoping that it would be as entertaining as the fight between Batman and the Joker in the latest season of The Boys. And don't forget, Homelander isn't the only soup that Superman would have to contend with. There are plenty of other members of the Seven who could get involved in the fight, such as Starlight, Queen Maeve, Black Noir, and more. It would truly be an epic showdown. Ultimately, it's hard to say for sure who would win in a fight between Superman and Homelander. Both are incredibly powerful and experienced superheroes with a lot to offer. However, we have to give Superman the edge here simply because he's got a few tricks up his sleeve that Homelander just can't compete with. For example, Superman's heat vision is just too much for Homelander to handle. It would definitely give Superman the upper hand and help him to defeat his evil counterpart. So, what do you think? Who do you think would win in a fight between Superman and Homelander? Do you want to see these two universes collide? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to like and subscribe so you never miss another video. Until next time, stay nerdy. We hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, don't forget to leave us a like. We'd really appreciate it. And if you're not already subscribed, please consider doing so. We'd love to have you join our community of nerds. Thanks for watching.